What is going on, my beautiful people? So in this video, we are going to talk about something so important. I'm just happy. I literally can't hold it in, man. It is just something so important. We are going to talk about visualization again, but this is something I've talked about it before, but it is just something that I'm still like fully understanding and fully learning. And I really want to share this with you guys. You want to understand the power of faith-based visualization, the ability to visualize on not just like manifesting or anything like that, but the power of visualization in a way that you can actually see the environment that you're going into and being able to almost get real reps with that. That's what we're going to talk about. So I'm reading this book called Inner Excellence. I have it literally right here, man. This book is freaking amazing. One of the best books I've ever read. And he really put visualization in a way that I really understand. And if you're somebody that is faithful and you don't want to like do any mojo jojo stuff with your visualization, this is the perfect way to do it. So firstly, the way that he says do it is visualizing presence, not perfection. So a lot of the times people are trying to visualize everything going perfect, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you also have to be able to visualize presence. You can't need everything to go right, but you have to be able to be yourself even if things don't go perfect, even if it doesn't go amazing. Your presence is able to go there and be able to show up despite all of the circumstances might not go perfectly, anything like that. So firstly, one of the ways that he says that you can visualize is previewing the actual place that you're going to go into. And let me just break this down. Previewing the actual place that you're going to go into. So let's say maybe you're an athlete, maybe you just want to have better conversations, maybe you want to make videos, maybe you want to do anything. You gotta preview it beforehand. You gotta like imagine it and being able to see it. Michael Phelps said that he could see pretty much every single thing before he would go into a race. He would visualize it. He would visualize the crowd. He would visualize the refs, anything like that. He would visualize the people behind him. Like he had it so down to detail. He could see every single thing. You got to be able to picture it and feel it almost. Feel what it's going to feel like when you're going into this scenario and feel how it's going to feel when you're going and doing everything that you want to do. You're going step by step and being able to do this, feeling like if he's going in there, he's feeling the water, he's feeling everything. So you understand that is very important to be able to really get this whole feeling and encompassing that around you. So once you're able to feel that, once you're able to start to see that, the second thing that you want to do, or the second thing that you can do with the visualization, is being able to see the successes that you had in the past. So if you're ever feeling like, sometimes you can get down on yourself, sometimes like you're like negative about it. I heard CJ Stroud, who is the Texans quarterback, he said that he would do this same thing. He would beforehand, he would play the good moments of his career to know that he is that guy. Even if he's having a bad game, if it's not going great, he would play the bad moments of his career to be able to remember that. So even in those times where you're not feeling great, we're not the most confident, you can replay in your mind the best moments that you have had. Remember them very clearly. And not just that. What is that feeling that you felt in those best moments? In those moments when you were like really damn great. Like you were just like on the ball, everything was going good. If that's with the sport, like what is that feeling where you were just like in the flow? You were just moving, everything was going perfectly, you were on fire. Maybe in a conversation, you go into a conversation, like everything is just clicking, like you feel peaceful, you feel confident, you feel like nothing can get you off. Try to remember that because you want to bring that into a memory so that you can remember how that feels and you can bring that into your other visualizations. And that goes in with the third thing, visualizing yourself being able to be at peace. Well, being able to be calm under pressure, being able to have that peace and being able to still perform and have presence under pressure. So like Steph Curry would talk about it, man. He would talk about how he was able to get his heart rate down so low in even the most high tense situations. And that is such a difference from everybody else in the league because he has just this cool factor where he's able to y'all saw him in the USA game. I don't know if y'all watch basketball, but y'all probably have seen him in the Team USA game. He is like the most cold-blooded player on there. LeBron and Kevin Durant gave the ball to Steph Curry. Like, that's just the crazy thing. Can I get a drink of my water real quick? So, yeah, he is somebody that can do that. And he said that, in these times in the game, he was able to do that. But also, he's able to visualize, too. He's a big visualizer, just like Michael Phelps. So, being able to... What we have to do is try to imagine ourselves in the most high intense situations. It's something I heard from Tim Grover, who is Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan's coach. He said that there should always be nobody else that can put more pressure on you than yourself. And this goes in hand in hand with this. In the book, he said that you should never have a situation in real life with what you're doing in a situation in real life that is more intense and more pressure than what you're visualizing. When you're visualizing it at that moment, it should be intense, it should be just high pressure, and you're practicing keeping your cool under that. That is the most important part. So like, I can visualize like myself going to a place where I'm very uncomfortable, myself on the stage. I want to do public speaking, myself on the stage, and like it's going to be very freaking uncomfortable. Now I can add more pressure. He says to exaggerate it very much. I can add more pressure. Like maybe I think I'm looking stupid today, or I feel like tired, or maybe somebody in the audience is, I don't know, that somebody that's going to throw me off, and it's going to be very hard. Now I'm feeling that. Like I did it yesterday, and I can even feel my stomach. My stomach literally felt a little bit of that feeling where you feel a little bit anxious, and that's good. Because I was like practicing my breathing in those moments. I could literally see it. Your mind cannot differentiate between something that is fabricated in your mind and something that is real. So I'm there and I'm like it's getting practice in. I've literally been doing it before I go to sleep and in the morning. It's just something so great because it's like I'm practicing for these things that are going to maybe go wrong. I'm just there and it's getting the pressure off. I'm remembering like even myself driving to the place that I want to go to, the place that I know that I'm going to be going to soon. It's going to give me a little bit of stress, or that would normally give me a little bit of stress. But now I'm thinking about, okay, I'm doing these I am statements, which grounds me. I'm centering myself. I'm just listening to this good music. I'm imagining myself walking in and just being at peace with it. Like being able to keep myself at peace, being able to remind myself in these moments, like it's not about me, anything like that. Is really freaking grounded and it's working. And it has worked in the past before too. The more that I do this, the more that I feel grounded in the moments. And that's why I'm continuing to dive into visualization. But this guy just put it in such a great way. So if you have something that gives you stress, gives you anxiety, gives you something where it makes you like a little bit uncomfortable, anything like that. Maybe you are playing a sport and you want to be able to perform in these high intense situations, man. You got to put yourself into there before you ever even get into there. You talked about a guy that he would do these ice, I don't know, in Antarctica or something. He would do these ice in the water and he would go in and it was super cold. And the way that he would practice isn't by going into like super cold water all the time. He said for 4 hours every single day, he would imagine himself in the water, freezing cold water. And then for 1 hour, he would kind of actually get in the water. So for the 4 hours was the time that he was visualizing. And that's when he would visualize the cold, how it felt on his body. He said he could literally feel the chills going down his body, all that great stuff. And he felt it all. And that helped him for when he actually had to get into the cold water. So it's not always that we need to do the specific thing, but sometimes we can just think about it. Think about how we want to actually be in that moment. And think about how are we going to react? How are we going to fight against these thoughts that our mind is telling us? And it's just so great to be able to equip ourselves with that. Because now we know there's nothing wrong with being into an uncomfortable situation. Also, the next thing that this goes with is him saying that you can rewrite your old memories where you made a mistake. So sometimes, as an athlete or as a creative, sometimes you make a mistake and you're like, damn, like, why did I do that? And you can kind of hold on to that. Or if you're even going out and you're having a conversation and you say something stupid or you don't know how to handle the situation or you make it awkward or whatever, how do you handle that? Like it can linger in your mind. And how do we prevent that from happening and rewrite it to be better? He says you can literally go back to these memories that you've had before and be able to rewrite it and be able to think about it differently in a way of all you have to simply do is think about something different that you would have done in that moment and just be able to give yourself that peace in those moments. Like how would you have handled it with the stuff that you know now? How would you have handled that moment? This helps for trauma and this helps for this too. Like for being able to rewrite this bad stuff so it doesn't affect us and linger with us and harbor on those mistakes. And it also helps you for the next time that you go into a situation where you're not putting too much pressure on yourself because you know you can just like rewrite your mistake almost. And I did this for myself too. I had to go back to stuff in the past where it was like, you beat yourself up for certain situations like, damn, that was freaking awkward. Like why was it like that? And a lot of the times you realize it's just like, it's not even you a lot of the time. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's just like the situation. But you're able to go back and you're able to rewrite it and be able to be like, no, like now I know I'm anchored in this and I'm okay. And I bring God into these situations. And it really heals you in those moments. It heals you in anything for your craft that you're trying to get better at. So if you're like an athlete and you're trying to get better at your sport, if you go back into the moments where you have not performed very well, you can literally rewrite it like, okay, now I know something different. or maybe you're anchoring yourself in God. Like I know that, like with this book, Inner Excellence, it talks about the outcome is not important. Maybe you remind yourself that the outcome is not important, and it heals you from that, environment. Heals you from that past mistake that you're kind of like holding on to in the back of your mind. So that's the second thing, or that's the next thing. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is he says you can visualize how the feeling is going to feel before you go into this event or this place or anything like that. And after, like, what is the feeling going to be after you have the success that you're going to have with it? Like, we've all had those moments where everything goes amazing and we just walk out and we're feeling freaking good. Like, you're listening, you're bumping some amazing music, you're just feeling great. How is that going to feel? Imagine that. Visualize that. Be able to fully see that, and you are going to be able to, like, really just be excited. Eric Edmeans, who's a public speaker, talks about being able to really be excited about the outcome that you think you're going to have from a public speaking event, and that helps take the nerves off. It turns the nervousness to excitement. So let's say you're an athlete and you want to be able to be excited about your thing and not so nervous. You have to be able to imagine that it's going to go good. Like, what is that feeling? You got to be excited. That feeling after, he says, like, even 20 seconds after you're finished with it, what is that going to feel like? So if 20 seconds after, if it feels so good and you're able to tap into that emotion and really visualize that and see that, it gets this excitement going. It gets this energy going, and it's going to be a positive energy. So if you can get that going, then you're going to be more excited to go into it, and that's going to lead to a better result overall because you're just going to be enjoying it. You're going into it with positive energy. So these are just some things that you could do to visualize. This is a completely different way of visualizing that I am so excited to start. I have started it. I've been doing it. I'm going to continue to do it. It's just so powerful. I think it's just so freeing because, you're not captured by anything. You could literally rewrite your old emotions, the old mistakes. You're not like, I was literally thinking about that today. We are just free. We can do anything we want. We could just go out there and try some stupid stuff, see how it goes, and literally just be watching film in our head after and be able to do whatever we want with it. So I am excited for this. I hope you guys are excited for this. Please use this. If you have any questions on this, please leave them down below. We could go more into it. I could talk with you guys about it. Let me know if you guys have visualized before. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Peace.